our lesson. All right, so we're in the month of February, and during the month of February, we also we celebrate the Chinese New Year, which you talked about last week, and we also celebrate Black History Month as well. I'm put my timer on so I don't go over on this lesson. And time starting. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to learn about an African American composer and music producer. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it now. So first, I'm going to play his song. That will hopefully work.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air like I don't care, baby. By the way, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, bring me down.
All right, now pause it right here because it keeps freezing, but I'm sure you have heard that song before. All right, so now that we have heard the song, now let's get into the person who created the song, the composer. All right, so meet Mr. Pharrell Williams. He was born on April the 5th, 1973. And he was born in Virginia Beach, Virginia. How many of you all have been there before? I have. It's a fun place to go. So Pharrell Williams is a contemporary singer, songwriter, and producer. He has worked in many mediums, including radio, television, film, and fashion. So he's done a lot of things. Let's go to where it says accomplishments. So an accomplishment is like when you reach a goal, you have completed it, you have met that goal, then you can consider that an accomplishment, which means, hey, check, you done it. Here we see a picture of him and another guy. Let's find out who he is. All right, so it says in 1994, Williams and Chad Hugo formed the Grammy Award-winning production duo called the Neptunes. All right, so it says Williams' song Happy that we just heard was featured in the movie Despicable Me 2. Who has seen that? His song I See a Victory was featured in the movie Hidden Figures. And that's Hidden Figures is another good movie to watch that talks about the accomplishments of some really cool African American women. So Mr. Pharrell Williams, he has won 13 Grammys and is a frequent judge on NBC's The Voice. So some of his compositions, and again, the word composition, it just simply, it is the song that a person creates. Is the music that you compose as a composer. All right, so some of his compositions, just a few, are Happy and I See a Victory. Again, like we saw in his bio, he also is a world famous producer. So these are some compositions that he has produced with Mr. Stephen Lipson. And they're all from the Lion King soundtrack. So wow, did you know that he helped to produce music that was on the Lion King soundtrack, such as Hakuna Matata, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Now let's see a quote from him. It says, happiness is not about the trophy or the finish line. It's the journey. If you enjoy your journey, you can enjoy your life. Interesting. Be like Pharrell. What do you think Pharrell Williams means when he says the journey? What journey are you on? All right, so take a moment to think about that. What journey are you on? Where are you right now in life? You're in elementary school. You're trying to make it to the next grade level. That could be one idea of a journey. All right, so that was our Black History composer that we're going to focus on for today. And again, his name was Mr. Pharrell Williams. He's a singer, songwriter. He's into films, fashion, and music production. All right, so now we're going to go and learn about another song that is it's a very huge part of the African American culture. If it works, fingers crossed. If it works, fingers crossed. All right, so as this is coming up, you can see by the title down here, the name of the song. It is called Lift Every Voice and Sing. So this is sung in churches before different types of events. It's a celebration song and a song of remembrance for people of the African American culture as well. All right, so I'm going to refresh this. Give me a second, please. Because I'm at school and y'all know how this Wi-Fi can be here. So we're going to give it a second, okay? While this is working, let's go back and let's think about Mr. Pharrell Williams and his quotes that he had about the journey, okay? I also want you to you can even take that quote and think about things that you want to accomplish in your life and the journey that it's going to take for you to get there, okay? All right, now our song is up. So we're going to first check out a video performance of the song. I'm going to turn it off. I have the page up on my other computer. Let me turn it off and see if that helps any at all. Again, thank you for your patience.
Lift every voice and
If I can skip ahead either, it keeps stopping.
every
see.
voice and
All right, so I'm going to do it this way because that wants to freeze. So we'll just do it without the video and see if that makes a difference. Don't know, but hey, let's try.
lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Oh, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
All right, so I'm going to pause it right there. So I hate that the video did not work, but at least you got a chance to hear this song, okay? So now let's learn more about this song. Let's learn more about this song, okay? So as we listen to it, I want you to think about how many different voices did you hear? And did it change throughout the song? Also think about what types of instruments did you hear in the background as well, okay? Because all of these different things we're going to talk about at the end here. All right, so let's get to the history of it. So it says, so brothers James W. Johnson and J. Rosamond Johnson wrote Lift Every Voice and Sing for a celebration of President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was performed in 1900 by 500 students of the Stanton School in Jacksonville, Florida. This is a picture of the two brothers, the two men who composed the song. It says James W. Johnson said of the student performers, but the school children of Jacksonville kept singing it. They went off to other schools and sang it. They became teachers and taught it to other children. Within 20 years, it was being sung over the South and in some other parts of the country. Wow, that's so cool. Now the lyrics, okay? So lift every voice and sing. And the lyrics are the words to the song. So it says, what does it mean to lift a voice? What does it mean to lift your voice? How can you lift your voice? And then how can you lift the voice of others? So it's not speaking in literal terms saying to your voice, you're lifting it up. No, it means that you are speaking out. There's a problem wrong in the world. You are speaking out. That's what it means to lift your voice, is to speak out. Like if there's a problem, if maybe you say, I don't like the food that I'm being served in the cafeteria, it's not that healthy. Well, other kids, they get healthy food. Lift your voice about it, speak about it, talk to the news stations, write a grant so that we can get some better food or whatever. This is just an example. All right, then it says, how can you lift the voice of others? You can encourage other people to speak out. Like, for example, if there's a classmate who is being bullied, you can encourage them to lift their voice, to speak out about it, to say no, to tell a counselor, tell a teacher. Okay. Let's look at this one. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. So it says these lyrics reference African American history. So James W. Johnson was referring to the history and legacy of slavery and ongoing Jim Crow segregation of the early 20th century and the promises of liberty and justice for all that had not yet been delivered to Black Americans. So when it says ring, so it says lift every voice and sing. We're all speaking out till earth and heaven ring until it happens. Okay, ring with the harmonies of liberty. All of us using our voices to make sure that we all are treated equally. Let's see, will it let me go to any other one? I don't think it will. Oh yeah, let's go down to this one in verse 2. Felt in the days when hope unborn had died. What do you think that these words mean? What do you hope for? Let's see if there are any others. Oh yeah. It says this lyric right here, out from the gloomy past, so now we stand at last. So it says in 1900, the promises of Reconstruction after the Civil War and equal rights for African Americans were not being fulfilled. Instead, Black Americans continued to face segregation. It means we're being separate, and institutional racism, which still continues today. Says these lyrics say that even though there's a dark past, we can march on till victory is won. That means we can keep trying, okay? We can keep learning. We can keep showing everybody that we are all equal. We are just as smart. We are just as talented. We are just as gifted. We all have a place at the table. We are just as important. All right, let's check out some lyrics in verse 3 of the song. It says, thou who has brought us thus far on the way. So in 2008, Reverend Joseph Lowery, known as the Dean of the Civil Rights Movement, delivered the benediction at the inauguration of Barack Obama, the first African-American president. This line implies that it is through faith that we have gotten this far, but that we still have a long way to go before we reach true equality, meaning that we are all treated equally. All right, so with that, we look some more into the lyrics of the song, okay? A few more things. I think I went too far behind. All right, let's go. Let's see. So it talks about the history. We learned it was two brothers that composed the song and how they taught it to some school children and they just kept teaching it and teaching it. We talked about, so let's get into the music. So it says the pianist plays this piano accompaniment with slight embellishments of the melody and chords. These are common traits found in this type of gospel piano performance. Notice the left hand roll into the notes at the beginning of the intro. All right, it says this section of the song is arranged to reflect the lyrics. This line is sung in unison, all together, symbolizing the unity needed for a common goal. This line moves through different keys, creating a sense of hope in the face of uncertainty. Black Americans are a lot of change. This arrangement of lift every voice and sing uses a fermata for a dramatic effect. A fermata, this symbol right here, is a musical symbol that tells a musician to hold a note or rest beyond its usual value. On what word do you hear the fermata? And now let's get into the legacy. So in 1919, the NAACP adopted Lift Every Voice and Sing as the Black national anthem, approximately 12 years before the Star Spangled Banner was adopted as the national anthem of the United States. The prestigious Morgan State University Choir opens every concert with the song. This song has been recorded across all genres by artists such as Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and Beyonce, and continues to be sung in civil rights protests today. All right, so for your assignment, let me stop sharing so I can show you and see if it'll put it back on me. All right, so for your assignment, we're going to do a lyric analysis. So I'm going to give you a sheet that shows the lyrics of it, okay? And you can choose. So we'll do this right. So it says, analyzing the text means looking closely at one set of words and finding their meaning. Kind of you're in your CKLA time and you're doing closed reading. It's similar to that. So the first box, it says choose one line from the song and write it below. So you see the box is not big, so I need you to don't write super big. Write normal size. Okay. I'm going to give you a paper with the lyrics and you're going to choose one of the lyrics and copy it in this box. The second box, it says, what does this mean? So whichever lyric you choose and that you write right here, I want you to think about what does it mean? What did the authors mean when they wrote that? What do they want the people to know? Okay. So again, this is not a big space. So I need for you to not write big. Don't write big. Okay. And then in the third box, it says, how do you know? So how do you know that this is what the author meant? And down here, I would like for you to write that right here. Again, this is a small space. Do not write super big. Okay. I need you to write at least 4 to 7 lines for the second box and the third box. Write 4 to 7 lines for both of these. And don't forget to write your name on it. Okay. I want you to make sure that you are using your best penmanship because I'm going to read these when I get back. Okay. And I'm excited to see your lyric analysis. All right. So all of your materials should be out on the tables for you. Make sure that you are doing your best job, that you are at level 0 and thinking about it and giving me your best work. Okay. Remember integrity. And doing in excellence, the pursuit of excellence. We talked about that before too. All right, so I will see you all later on. Bye.